Overall, Aston Villa missed out on an opportunity to climb into second in the table. For you, Thomas, are they in the title race?
I've always been a bit cautious because I've enjoyed watching them, but the games they've won, there were so many of them, there were small margins, usually 1 goal difference. They sort of overperformed. And now I don't want to take anything away from it. Like I said, it's been brilliant to watch and may continue for a long, long time. But the probability that the run will continue is rather small. And that's why I've been very careful in saying they're title contenders. I want
Why
to see
do you
them
think
up there.
it is small?
Like I said, they're long distance shots. You know, they've scored about 12 goals, I think, from outside of the box. The likelihood of that is very little. And like I said, to continue in this way, it's highly unlikely. And we talked about stats before, they're all available. So it's not looking like it's going to continue this way. However, emotionally, when you're part of Aston Villa Football Club right now, you think, bring them all on. We play Arsenal, we play Man City, we're going to beat them. And this is finding a balance. I don't want to talk them out of it. Me personally, if I had to put something down, I'd say I'd rather be careful.
But yet still an incredible season if they were to finish there.
Had Aston Villa got even a point today, they're second in the table. And
Exactly.
if we're all saying that the title race isn't over yet, which I don't think it is over, I think Arsenal have come close a few times and fell away. So I think they'd need quite a more substantial gap to feel like the title race is over. So if you concede in that, then the two teams still in it with them are Aston Villa and Man City.
Maybe, sorry to interrupt, but I say depth of the squad, and today you could see they didn't have.
Yeah, that was the thing, yeah.
Daniel Marlin scoring for Roma, players just left the club, and on the bench they probably didn't have, no disrespect to the players that were on there, but they didn't have the depth in order to really say, this is a top bench.
But Unai Emery, credit to him because he's led this team remarkably well.
He's been brilliant. There's no doubt about it. They'll be disappointed because that long run is over, the impressive home form, but brush themselves off very quickly and move on.
Excellent stuff. Well, on that note, it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure having your company. Excellent. Well, the team spirit is definitely there. They're very happy with the win and the performance. 5 clean sheets in the last 6 away games as well. It's pretty impressive.
Definitely. I mean, it's hard to win Premier League games. It's even harder to win them away from home. And Everton have just found a groove and a knack and a way of playing that suits the team, that suits the personnel. Not necessarily having to dominate possession, not necessarily having to break forward every single time they get the ball. But when they do, they manage to create chances. They trust that they're going to find positions to get Tierno Barry an opportunity. And yeah, it's been a difficult start for him in an Everton jersey. He was expected to have hit the ground running, paid a lot of money for him. Wasn't the case. He's had to go away, work hard on his game, try and improve. David Moyes talked about him before the game as improving all the time and getting used to the Premier League. I even think he's sounding like David Moyes now, saying it's my job to score goals. He's
Is that a typical
he's
David
definitely
Moyes
got
line?
that from David Moyes, absolutely. But he's right, and yeah, he's growing in an Everton jersey all the time. And I was really pleased for him today to see him get that goal. It was a brilliant finish, but his all-round game was very, very good.
And let's not forget, it's not easy to go to Villa Park and take 3 points. It's not something that most teams have done this
Not
season.
at all. And I don't think it was the ambition to play well. David Moyes said, we have to outplay them, outclass them, because he analysed Villa really well. And James Garner just said it in an interview. He said, we stopped them from playing through the middle. It's so brilliant to watch Villa going through that middle, always finding some kind of space, play through the middle and end up in front of goal. Today, that wasn't the case, and that takes a lot of effort. The players to also be disciplined and follow the instructions. And the middle of the park, Melen Reul and James Garner in particular, they worked so hard. And everybody, stuck together. And this is how you get a win at Aston Villa Football Club at Villa Park. They've been on such a tremendous run, and they'll be hugely disappointed because I think Unai Emery will be looking at the stats thinking we were the better team. We should have won this game. David Moyes probably thinks exactly the same, because he had a match plan, a game plan, and it completely went his way, and that's why he's happy.
Can't help but smile at Tierno Barry, can you? Either on or off the field.
No, of course not.
Especially to do it here at Villa Park. What was that like to play in today?
Yeah, it was amazing. We worked so hard throughout the week. They're such a very good team, a lot of brilliant players, but the lads grinded it out today and we got the chance and he took it.
How important was it to make sure that you frustrated Aston Villa? Because we spoke to your captain before at half-time as well, and you had to make sure that intensity was going all the way through the game.
Exactly that, yeah. We tried to nullify what they're good at, which is playing through the middle. We tried to block off all the passing lanes and just force it wide, and I think that's what we did, and then we waited for our moment, won it back, and like I said, when you come away to places like this, you might only get 1 or 2 chances, and that's what we did, and the main man put it away again.
Well, just before the hour mark, you managed to get that goal, that all-important goal. Just talk us through it when you saw that opportunity arise.
I just see the Martinez kick the ball away, and I be attentive. I don't know if it's in English, and I score. So I'm very happy. Yes, I hope to continue like this.
I think that's now 3 goals in your last 4 games. So for you personally as well, how are you feeling at the moment?
It's my job now. I need to score, so I need to continue like this. I need to work hard because it's not the final. So I hope to continue like this.
What can a win like this do for this Everton side now?
Well, yeah, no, we were in a bit of a sticky patch, and that was one of the main things that we said going into this game. You know, we need to get ourselves out of this, and to win away from home was hopefully the start of that.
Do you actually feel that you could have got more from this game today?
I don't know what more you can get apart from 3 points. I think it was an amazing performance from the lads. We set out exactly what we wanted to do, which was come here, make it hard for them and take away the 3 points.
OK, final one from you, because your teammate here is going to be the player of the match, if you do the honours.
It's always me I give him. I hope one day it's him give me.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much, guys. Well done.
To some of the players as well, he's such a likeable lad, and the fans as well have taken to him, especially when he's getting on the score sheet, and you're just seeing him always smiling. And of course today he's contributed to the team, and he's got a winning goal, and he deserves all the plaudits that he's getting.
I felt his pain earlier in the season, didn't you? Because it was difficult to watch. Nothing was going in for it.
But the fans were completely on his side through all of that.
Yeah, and the manager, obviously, that helps, and you keep playing, and all of a sudden, he's got 3 in his last 4, he's in good form, and a winning goal. Look, he might not have got man of the match like he wanted. He said, like, was Roy Keane, that's my job. I loved it. It was great, and it is his job. You know what? He's scoring goals, and he took it so well as well, didn't he, Ashley?
Yeah, he did. He's a striker. He's got to get on the end of it, like he's just said then, it's my job.
Yeah.
And it was his job. It's a tough finish, to be honest.
Yeah,
he sees it come out from the goalkeeper. Like I've said, that it's a mistake here from Pau Torres, but Dwight McNeil picking up the ball there, you're hoping that someone's going to bail you out, and the keeper just gets it all wrong. For me, he's got to hold on to that. He doesn't hold on to it, but Tieno Barry's in the right position, following it in, and it's an unbelievable finish.
To get that over a man of Martinez's size and stature and get it under the bar as well takes some doing,
It's
Jane.
beautiful. Look at it. Look, he's just got that little bit of backspin, the right flight on it. Conte's obviously trying his best to get there. He reacts really well as well. I like the way that he just nips in front of Matty Cash here. He sees it, he anticipates, and then can he do that? And it's a difficult angle. He just dinks it over the keeper. Look at that. What a feeling. He'll watch that a lot this week. It's a really good finish because he has to slow himself up, get his foot pattern right, and obviously just over the line. Really good piece of play from his perspective. But I think what it showed you was, in that goal encapsulated everything about Aston Villa today, the mistakes that they made. And it's like, are they just mistakes? Is it unfortunate, or is it actually pressure? Because for the first time, the weekend, everything's gone their way. Manchester City lose, Arsenal only draw. Now, can you handle that pressure? And it just felt like they didn't do it as well today. And I didn't expect it. I came here today thinking that Aston Villa will completely blow Everton away. No Njai, no Dewsbury Hall, like players playing in different positions. You bring a young lad in, Harrison. Armstrong, I thought was brilliant today in there. And it was a great result from Everton's perspective, but Aston Villa just didn't handle the occasion very well today.
But did Everton equally, when we heard from James Garner there, didn't we, saying, well, the idea was to, block off the passing lanes and force them out wide. So for all you can flip it on Villa and their pressure, you also have to give credit for Everton not allowing them to play how they wanted to play, do you?
Yeah, of course you do, and I think that Everton would have worked on that during the week. Everyone knows Unai Emery's teams. They want to play through the middle, play through, the centre midfielders, and through Morgan Rogers. And when you block them and send them wide, that's a win. That's a bonus for you as an Everton team. So, of course, that's what they've been working on. Taki said it at half time. Jimmy said it after the game that we need to stay narrow, stay in shape, and frustrate them. And they did that in massive parts of the game. And when you do that, and then you get the chances, you've got to take it as well. And, Everton did that, so it was great from them for what they were doing.
Even then, but they snatched at chances today. They were never clean in everything they did. Everything felt a bit of a hurry, a bit of a snatch, a bit of trying so hard, that desperation that comes with wanting to win something so much. You know, even Morgan Rogers has been magnificent this season, couldn't quite get his scoring boots on today, and that happened to a lot of the players. He just never fell for them in the right way. At times it felt Morgan Rogers on his left foot rather than his right, and also Jordan Pickford made a couple of really good saves, especially one from Morgan Rogers in that second half.
This is, Jamie, this is a great save from Pickford.
Yeah, fantastic save, really good. He does so well because he's always been really good at working his feet. You can see there Pickford, he's trying to get his defence out. Morgan Rogers hits that one. I think it takes the slightest deflection. You can see Morgan's reaction here. He thinks that's in as he's falling back, that he gets the whip into it, but the keeper does great. Works across his feet. We've seen him do this many, many times before, Jordan Pickford. Look, he sees it late, gets himself up. A really good save. He might say it was a comfortable one for him, but big moment in the match. That's 72 minutes on the game. That goes in, everything changes, the whole complexion of it. The crowd get up, but he never quite got that momentum today.
They didn't. We'll look at what...
A dramatic twist in the title race faced screaming inferior soccer ball as Aston Villa slipped up at the worst possible time, falling 1-0 to a determined Everton side. The result sent shockwaves through the table and immediately put the spotlight on Arsenal, who now sit 7 points clear at the top. Jamie Redknapp breaks down how Villa were frustrated, Everton's game plan worked to perfection, and why this result could be a defining moment in the season. Engaging paragraph 2. With pressure mounting and margins getting tighter, every dropped point feels costly. Redknapp analyses what went wrong for Villa, the intensity Everton showed, and how Arsenal will view this result as a massive psychological boost. The title race just took another turn, and the momentum may now be firmly with the Gunners. Eyes soccer ball.